I so appreciate what you just shared. And I'm going to preface this question with a little bit of information with the hope that the listeners and the watchers will be resonating with this. I had a bit of what you're talking about, which is when I was a young kid, I remember turning on the TV and there was a movie on, unexpected. It was called the UFO Incident. And it was a American biographical film. It was starring James Earl Jones and Estelle Parsons, and it was based on a 1961 alien abduction of real people, Barney and Betty Hill. Yes. And I could not turn the television off. I was riveted. It was a brilliant movie. And I watched the entire thing, and I remember, it had a huge impact on me. Years later, I read all of Whitley Strieber's books. Huge impact, but scared the crap out of me.
Oh, how exciting.
Many years later, I had the great honor of having Whitley Strieber on this show. Still one of the best interviews I feel I've done. He's an amazing, amazing person and a great storyteller, very compelling, and I believed him. But the point about what I'm saying with all these stories is so I'm, for the first time in my life, I'm looking back on all of these markers and saying, maybe there was a fascination there, but I was quite closed down, quite skeptical. And then Robert Perala comes on the show, and then Bashar Daralenka comes on the show. And so I'm still playing in this energy, but still pretty shut down to it. But now I feel something really different. You are here with me because I feel awakened, if you will. I feel compelled and curious and hungry. And this for me is the conversation. I can't imagine honestly anything else, and I feel driven for more, hungry for even more. So what is that about? That clearly something in me has changed, but I mean on a lot of levels, I feel like something else, and I'm just curious about that for me, and also what it might mean for other people.
Well, thank you. Well, it sounds like you've let go of a fear-based belief that was active within you previously in that version of the past, as you just laid it out for us as an example, where you were still, pushing in the gas, but also the brakes simultaneously. You understand?
Yes.
Causing this type of inner friction of really, really wanting to know what you described about not being, or seeming, because you were, but you didn't seem able to turn off the television during that program. And still, you didn't fully take it to the next level either. And now you feel you're taking it to the next level, correct? You're allowing it deeper. So there's been a shift in you, and that's what we could ask you in return. What is the difference between that past version of you as the version that you were, quote unquote, choosing to be before? What was she believing about these things to be true?
Oh my goodness, that anything that had to do with, air quotes, aliens was terrifying. That something would happen against your will, that you would be probed, that you would be hurt, that you would be taken against your will, that nothing you did could stop them. They could come through walls and ceilings, and it could happen over and over and over again. You could be traumatized and repressed. That was my vision. And here I am hanging out with you. And it's so not that vision. It's actually delicious. It's wonderful, and it's exciting, and it's progressive and mind-opening and all of that.
Well, thank you. So you've shifted yourself to a version of you that allows herself to look beyond that surface level wherein for some people the experiences may have seemed to be limited to us coming through the walls, through the ceilings, every type of interaction that might seem less preferred, medical researches, stuff like that. We're not saying these things didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
What we're saying is that when you allow yourself to look beyond that, that is where you find the grander perspective. And that's what you've allowed yourself to do.
For those of us who are now living in the grander perspective, I guess you've really answered this, but I feel like circling back to this right at the end, just about the invitation to keep connecting, the invitation to visit, the invitation to engage. I am saying right now, I'm very open to it.
We hear you. And we invite anybody else who is curious in that sense to explore their own grander beingness, if they feel at all excited to explore it through this particular route of exploration, to set out that same intention. And if relevant, you will see an acceleration of synchronicities in your reality that will be very fun to follow along, like a breadcrumb trail leading eventually back to you, which is, of course, the origin of it all eventually, because we dream you up, you dream us up, and our shared mutual dream, we both get to grow and expand in a bigger understanding of whom and what we all already are. And for that, in any given of these type of communications, co-creations, for that we thank you, because you complete us. Thank you, and we wish you a blissful, playful, creative, and exciting rest of your day.
Thank you, Arjun. So I will just bridge a little bit while Wieteke comes back, because that's got to be a little bit jarring to have been gone for a period of time, and just say that was so profound for me to hear Arjun, of all the words, by the way, to use dream when this is the Dare to Dream show, but to conclude with us dreaming each other, because if we are metaphysicians, that of course is correct. Right? If everything is basically an illusion that we create into being, into matter, and that's what matters, then certainly that is true. It is all a grand play, as Shakespeare once said, and all the players, here we are, the merely players. So that was really beautiful experience. And thank you so much, Wieteke, for being the conduit to allow that level of connection to come through. I'm really moved.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure.
Blessings, everybody. And remember, don't just dare to dream. Remember to create all your dreams into your reality.